Hello and welcome to the Bat Cave. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, I'm going to be going over my Omnath deck, Omnath, Locus of Creation, the new 4-color legendary creature from Zendikar Rising. I saw when that Omnath came back and I thought this would be a lot of fun to build around. But before I go into the deck, I would just like to ask if you would like the video. If you end up liking it, click the like icon down below. If you want to see more of the videos that I'm making for the Brawl Arena format, click the subscribe button. And if you got any 2 cents of what you want to say, how I could have built the deck better, how you would have built the deck, or in general, how I could have played better, or ways to improve the channel, leave a comment down below in the comments section. So Omnath, Locus of Creation, is a 4-color commander. It's everything but black, so he's red, green, white, and blue. White being the new color that Omnath has absorbed since the last time we saw him. And he's a legendary creature elemental, 4/4. When Omnath, Locus of Creation, enters the battlefield, draw a card. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life if it's the first time this ability is resolved. Second time it's resolved, you get red, green, white, and blue back to your mana pool. And if it's the third time, it deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. So, you're more likely going to get 2 activations in 1 turn. Getting 3 will be kind of like a little mini game we're going to jump through hoops for to get there. The rest of the deck now, we're going to, again, here's my ramp. So I'm trying to show off more of the new stuff. Lotus Cobra, I was around when the original Zendikar came out. Lotus Cobra has a special place in my heart. He's been downgraded from Mythic to Rare, but that means more of us get to enjoy him a lot better. Arcane Signet's in the deck because it's, it's Brawl. It's a 4-color commander. It's an auto-include. Azuzo, Lost But Seeking. This is another way we can, this is one of the ways we have in the deck to get multiple landfall triggers in a turn. So we have her out with Omnath. We might be able to, it's getting easier with her out with Omnath. We can get all 3 landfall triggers out in the same turn. Cultivate, again, it's ramp, and will give us an extra land for landfall later on. Dryad the Ilysian Grove. This one's a lot more important. It's one of the few ways to make all of our colors that can automatically fix all of our colors. We lost the artifact. It's on the tip of my tongue, like it always is. We lost the artifact from the Ravnica set, so Dryad's the only way to make all of our lands other colors as needed. So it makes it really easy to cast our Omnath on curve. Uro, extra, ramp, extra card draw. Would definitely want to include it for the landfall abilities. Skyclave Relic. I want to try this one out. It reminds me of Darksteel Ingot a little bit. A combination of that with the Indestructible bit with Dreamstone Hedron. Granted, when you kick this, the other token copies come into play tapped, but when you get to untap for 6 mana, you get 3 extra mana. So I thought it'd be worthwhile to give this a try. And these also add mana of any color. Since we're playing a 4-color deck, that is a very good ability to have. Fires of Invention, as you see on the screen, it's banned in all those formats. It's a good card. It's a powerful card. We should try to play powerful cards if we were looking for that in the format, which I am. Migration Path. It's the duality of this card I like. You can either, if late game you have too many lands and Omnath's not out, just cycle it, draw a card. Or you can, if Omnath is out, 2 more landfall triggers to maybe get that 3rd activation. We're not going to try to win with the 3rd activation, but I think it's a fun mini game to jump for. Solemn Simulacrum, ramps, draws a card when he dies, good. Escape to the Wilds. This is something that is kind of neat because you could play on 5. You can play Omnath on 5, play a fetch land as your 5th land drop, get the 2nd activation, which will put 4 mana into your mana pool, and if it's Fabled Passage, there's you have your untapped land, cast Escape to the Wilds, and then play your 3rd landfall trigger for the turn. Beanstalk Giant, it's a very versatile card. Good early, good late. Another extra landfall triggers. Card draw. So Maze Mind Tome. I kind of am using this as a poor man Sensei's Divining Top. I figured I want to give this. I haven't played a lot with this card. I feel like it's worth playing with, and I think it's something that can help us. It's a colorless way of all the colors we have. It makes it easier to draw card draw spells in a multicolored deck. Valakut Awakening is a new card from Zendikar Rising. It lets us draw a card and kind of refresh our hand if we need be. Late in the game if we need to find something specific. Also, it's if we're missing, it helps us avoid missing land drops, as it is also a land on the other side. Rada, Heart of Keld. It kind of acts as a card draw spell. Well, it doesn't say draw a card specifically. It lets us play lands off the top of our library, so it essentially gives us an extra card in our hand. Also, if we're trying to get as many lands into play as possible, her other ability of getting +X+X, which equal number of lands we control, she's one of the ways we can close out a game. Boon of the Wishgiver. I've been wanting to play with this card more. I figured why not try it now. We can cycle it for 1 to draw 1 card, or later on in the game, if we have 6 mana, we can draw 4 cards to refresh our hand. And we have Seagate Restoration. I feel like this is a card that, if you're playing blue, should almost be an auto-include right now. While you're not always guaranteed to draw a lot of cards late in the game, it is a card draw spell. If you draw, if it draws you 5 cards, I think that's good enough. You already have 4 cards in your hand and it draws you another 5. I think that's good. It gets you to a full grip. But it's one of those cards that early on, traditionally, cards that draw you a lot of cards, like 7+, are like card draw spells that cost 7 mana. Usually, just sit in your hand. They're only really good in the late game. This fixes it because it's a land. If you have this in my opening hand, it's not a dead card. You can play it as your land drop. So that's why I think it should be an auto-include any Brawl deck moving forward that's playing blue. These are my pointed removal spells. We have Fire Prophecy, deal 3 damage to our creature. Also acts as a card draw spell if we want too many lands in our hand or something we can't cast right now. Elspeth Conquers Death. I was trying to think of what white cards to add to this, and I thought, well, this one's pretty good for targeted removal. Let us bring back a creature that's in our graveyard and make sure. So I feel like Elspeth Conquers Death. Seen a lot of play in Standard. Worth playing in here. Inspired Ultimatum wasn't original what I thought of when I was thinking of Ultimatum like a play, but then I realized I could. And we're going to most of the time use it to deal 5 damage to a creature and draw 5 cards. Next over is our board wipes. Shatter the Sky, we're playing white. Why not? Mythos of Vadrok. I put it in the board wipe section because it could kill a lot of small things. Really, we're playing it more for the white-blue ability. If we play all 4, play that in addition, they can't block, and which I think would be great because that lets us attack. We don't have as many creatures in this deck as I would think I would have. So we want to kind of use this to kind of force through a lot of damage. Really, I found the best way we're going to try to win with this deck is that we're going to just outvalue our opponent, play all these, ramp really fast, and play all these really expensive spells that give us a lot of value. Storm's Wrath, deal 4 damage. The board wipe in red also helps us attack planeswalkers. And Undo Inversion, destroy all non-land permanents. This card, again, like Seagate Restoration, if we have it in our opening hand, we can just play it as a land, no problem. If we need a board wipe later on, we can do this. Now, why am I playing this over, say, something like Ugin? Basically, because we're running Ashaya Soul of the Wild, and Ashaya Soul of the Wild makes all of our creatures, non-token creatures, into lands. Since they're lands, they will not be destroyed by Undo Inversion. So I want to see if I can pull off that combo at some point during the gameplay today. The rest of the deck, Feldar Retreat, just a good, or a landfall deck essentially. This is a great landfall ability to have. Either create 2/2 bodies in the play or pump what we already have in play. Thassa, kind of, when Omnath comes into play, we draw a card. At the very least, Thassa will let us get rebuy on our ATB triggers on some of our creatures, and you'll see a few of those in the deck. Lithoform Engine is a card that I think will be really good effect in this deck because basically the first part, copy target activated or triggered ability. Omnath's second ability is a triggered ability where when you landfall as a triggered ability, we could pay 2 and get 6 mana into our mana pool. So I think that's definitely something to think about, and I think it's very useful. There are other ways. I had one game in a trial run where I copied EDC's first ability, so I got to exile 2 of their things for 7 mana. So I definitely think in this deck, Lithoform Engine is something to be is going to be good for us. We have maybe a few too many legendary creatures to make the 4th ability work, but also, again, if we have extra mana and we want to copy an Ultimatum for 3 mana, I think that's just going to, backbreaking for our opponent. Purphoros, really in here just because I want to give my other creatures haste. We don't have that many red creatures we can cheat into play, but I think giving all my creatures haste is really good, especially, again, with some... I feel like we're only going to be playing one creature at a time sometimes, and I think the ability of just being able to swing right away and be kind of aggressive in that card is a good ability to have in this deck. Terror of the Peaks pairs pretty well with Thassa. I feel like this will be a way for us to kind of win the game a little bit by just dealing more damage to our opponent. Omnath deals 4 damage if he comes in after Terror of the Peaks. The creatures that we have in here, we can deal a lot of damage to help stabilize the board or go after our opponent's life total. Again, I already talked about Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. I want to combo it with Morag, Fury of Akum. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time they attack this turn, and landfall, you get an extra attack step. I saw these two as a combination. I think it's amazing. I'm going to try to play these two together as much as I can, whenever I can, any deck that I build. And I had actually, in another preview in a practice game, realized with Vivien out, I can use her -2 ability to, when I cast Morag, to then find Ashaya, and when I did that, I'm like, I'm going to keep Vivien in the deck to help me find my pieces. Again, even if I were to find a Terror of the Peak or some other creature in the deck, I think Vivien's worth trying out in this deck. Ancient Green Warden lets us double on our landfall trigger, so we get double everything that Omnath does, so it's an auto-include, and it lets us play lands from our graveyard. So we have a Fabled Passage and an Evolving Wild in this deck. We can keep playing those out from the graveyard. If we discard a land card early on for some reason, we can get it back with Ancient Green Warden. Phyla World Sculptor. This to me is a different take on Avenger of Zendikar from original Zendikar block. So we're in Zendikar, we're to landfall deck. I want to play this out. It's really nice with Thassa, where I can just blink it back and forth and build an army of plant tokens. And then Genesis Ultimatum. We have the colors. This also lets us put more lands into play, so we could potentially, if Omnath is out, cast Genesis Ultimatum. And now, if we hit 3 lands with Genesis Ultimatum, we're not like, womp womp. We're like, oh, cool, I get triggers off of Omnath now. This is pretty good. Mana base. It's sad that we lost all the shocks, but so we have a lot more basics, but since we're looking for more basics in the deck with the ramp, it's totally fine. I threw in all of the dual face, dual lands that I could play in this deck into this deck. And then I threw in a couple of the temples. Most of them are green based. I'm playing the 2 triumphs that we can play. And that is the deck tech. Alright, let's now jump into some Brawl. Hello and welcome. We're playing against Toto9233. Who is also playing a Omnath Locus of Creation next. We have the mirror match. Let's see what we got here. Ketria Triumph. Yeah, I want to give this a try. We got some ramp. We got the Maze Mine to start filtering and drawing. Let's give this a shot. Say hello to the opponent. Alright, I'm going to lead off with Temple of Mastery. Skyclave. Sure, it's a good 3-drop. Why not? That'll let us serve a land drop for Omnath. Alright. Let's play out the... I was originally going to hold on to the... There we go, okay. I was originally going to hold on to the Ketria Triumph for Cycling Land, but I realized it has the white, so it's better off playing that now so we have our white source for Omnath. So on board we have all our colors we need to cast him, but it looks like our opponent might beat us to it. Oh, that's funny. It's our play. So nice. Let's see. Let's go with the... Let's hold off on the dual face real quick. Play the red. I realized I could have played a basic land on turn 2 to have played out the Miasmane Tome. I think I probably should have done that instead of playing this coming to play tap land, but that is what it is. Okay, we have Morag. Alright, that's good. I don't know why he didn't go for Omnath right there. I think he's trying to get more going, but I think I'm going to go with Omnath now. This way then, if it survives, next turn... Alright, that's a good reason. Take the action. That's fine, we're fine with that. We'll play the land out. Was not expecting a Mystic Dispute. Alright. Oh, yeah, as I was expecting, Omnath. Landfall trigger. Draw the card, play a land, get 4 mana into your pool. Oh, they gained the life. They didn't play the extra land. Alright, that's fine with it. We'll use the Storm's Wrath. Alright, so now we have a Genesis Trial. So this doubles as a... Okay, so we have green. We need triple blue. Blue, blue, blue. Green. We don't have a green in hand. We have a red, white. Alright, so let's play out the red. Storm's Wrath. And then, yeah, sure, let's play out the Maze Mine Zone. Pass the turn. So next turn, I could just replay out Omnath, draw the card. I could go for Genesis Ultimatum. I kind of feel like being greedy and waiting on the Genesis Ultimatum. I think I might be better off. I don't have any fetch lands, right? No. So I feel like I'm almost better off trying to maybe play out the Morag and see if I can kind of build up a huge landfall like that. Did they play the land already? Pass. Looks like they did. Okay. So I'm going to scry here. I think we're looking for the land. We did stick the blue land. So that'll help. That'll free up the Ketria Trine or one of the other lands for the Genesis Ultimatum later. So let's go out with Morag. Let's play out the island. Landfall. Next. End the turn. Now, I do have to worry about a removal spell. If he removes Morag, I'm going to lose a valuable card in the deck. For at least a valuable way of our strategy to win. So, I know I would have to... Okay, extra landfall triggers. So he has 2 lands in hand. If one of them can fetch Cultivate. Okay. This could be 3 triggers of Omnath right now. There's one into play. You know he has the 1 in hand. And if he can search for another, cast another spell, let him search for another land with the 2nd trigger. Oh. Alright. There's the extra land. Okay, 4 to us. Solemn Simulacrum. Resolve. Alright, so if we can find a way to kill Omnath, or at least a creature on their side. Let's see. Fires of Invention. Let's see. If I play Fires next turn, I only get 1 other spell. If I cast the Fires, I can cast Genesis Ultimatum. I can go nuts. You know something? Let's go nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't. If I cast Fires, I can't cast Genesis for free. Well, we're gonna go cast Genesis for free. That is really sweet, and I think Omnath. I thought Purphoros would be an actual creature. And we get the auto. Okay, concede. Alrighty. Oh man, I think if we had actually didn't concede at this point, with 3 other creatures, that'd be 9 damage. Probably would have just hit all of that. we got the one land into play. So that means everything would have been able to attack another time. Yeah, no, I think he was right to concede because I would have probably taken the +1/+1 counter at this point. If I could have stacked all the triggers, so that would have so what would have happened is with the landfall trigger, I would have stacked it so that everybody gets +1/+1 before Terror of the Peaks ability resolves, so that this way Purphoros and Dryad would deal an additional point of damage each. I would probably have the 8 go here and probably have 3 damage. Actually, no, at that point, I'd take that back. I'd probably have wiped the board and then be able to swing profitably. But, alrighty. Hello and welcome. We're playing against Valius, playing a Heliod Sun Crown deck. Let's see what we got in our hand. 3 lands, Maze My Tome, Psalm Simulacrum, Vivien, and Ancient Green Warden. I'll keep this. Maze Mine Home will help us find the 4th land to cast Solemn, which will give us the 5th land to play Vivien. So Heliod Sun Crown, I've played against this deck a few times. It's pretty popular in the metagame. It's mono white, life gain focus, as you see, 1 gain 1 life. So whenever you gain a life, with Heliod out, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature or enchantment. Ooh, Dryad of the Ilysian Grove. Okay, so play out the Catcher of Triumph, say hello to our opponent, before I forget. So, we're going to expect him to go wide, possibly be token-based. There is a 3-drop the Queen from Eldraine. She is one of the big cards in this deck, as well as Ajani Pridemate. However, Ajani Pridemate might have actually rotated that now that I think about it. Let's see what we got here. Fabled Passage. We'll hold on to Fabled Passage. Let's play out the island. Let's play out Maze My Tome. We hit our 4th land for a Solemn. We have a 3-drop play in Dryad, which will get us the 4 mana sooner. There's Heliod on turn 3. They're probably here. I would think they're either gonna. I think they're gonna gain the life to try to build up the 1/1 there. So now it's 2/2. All right, so we're just gonna scry because that's basically what the game is waiting for. Terror of the Peaks is a card we want to have. Start taking care of some of the things on their board. All right, so let's play out the mountain. Let's play out the Dryad. And let's play out Fabled Passage. So we at least have a body to block for a little while now. They may consider to attacking me with 4 mana. Again, there's the Queen on 3. That if they went for that, I don't believe it gives other creatures vigilance. So I don't think we have to worry. We might be able to be safe from an attack here. In the old format, there would be, I think, a Ajani Planeswalker's Rally for the Throne is new. Create 2 lone white creature tokens, animate. Gain 1 life for each creature you control. Okay, whenever you gain life. Alright, so it's not a per life trigger, it's just an instant trigger. So alright, so it's only going to gain 1. That's nice. Now I could possibly gain another life right now with the effect to make it a 4/4, which is what they're going with. You don't have to worry about an attack. That's nice. We are looking now maybe to start past attackers. Alright, so let's crack the Fabled Passage. Okay, let's get a white source. Let's get a white source. Right now, all the fixing is good because we have the Dryad out. We could always get another green with Solemn if we need to. Let's see what we got on top of our library. Skyclave Relic is not where we want to be at right now. Alright, we got a forest. So, I can play the land, play Vivien, get a 3/3 that I can kind of use as a chump blocker for the 4/4. Or I could play out Solemn to get me to 6 mana. I do end up using one of my ramp spells. Playing out Terror may not be terrible. One more land gets some EDC to worry about. I think I'm going to go for the ramp play here. Play out Solemn. This way, then, if he ramps me on a land, which is great. So we have double green, we got double red. I don't think we have double white, so let's grab another white source. We have double white. And this way now we kind of have a chump blocker. I'm gonna be a little aggressive. I'm gonna swing with a 2/4. So he gets rid of a token. So they don't care about the tokens as much, which gives me a few things. I mean, at this point, really, they really shouldn't care about their life total. They're a life gain deck. So taking 2 damage isn't something they should be okay with. They shouldn't be sacrificing a piece on the board.
I am proud of my comrades.
There are a few cards I know that came out in. I think there might be also in the core set, but in. I'm already blanking on Zendikar Rising that gains life whenever a creature enters the battlefield. So those are things we might have to worry about, especially if they're going to go token based. Because Elspeth I haven't really seen a lot of play of, but since the rotation, it probably is getting seen a little bit more in the deck. We're gonna use the draw the card here. Take the action. Alright, we have a Rada. Let's scry here, see what we're gonna get. Another island. That'll put us up to 7 mana. Let's see, 4 gives us 1 land drop. Gives us a 4 drop in that regard. Is that Rada? I'm gonna put the land back. See if we can get something more useful. Alright, another land, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get more landfall. I get double my landfall triggers with the Green Warden, and I have lands in. I have a land in my graveyard. I feel like I want to start attacking their board because 2, 3, 4. The next creature they play, Heliod's gonna be active. I don't necessarily have a way of dealing 4 damage. Play out Rada for 3. Alright. Let's go with Omnath. Let's go white with the board. Draw a card. Okay, alright. Inspired Ultimatum. That's good. Alright. Play out the land. Let's get the red side down. We're going to cast out Rada. We have another land atop. Might as well play that. Man, I kind of wish, or if things worked out differently. Terror of the Peaks is sweet. Kind of want something though. And then I actually will make the token. I want to go a little wider with Vivien. Let's go with the reach in case they get the flyer all of a sudden.
Every day is a new mutation.
No attacks. So this way I kind of went wide here to kind of build up against their board. Whatever scary thing they're going to play next. Okay, Shatter the Sky was not what I was expecting. Any reason to keep anything... Alright, nope, that's totally fine. Resolve. Take the action. Not worried there, because we have Terror of the Peak, followed by a 3/3 token. And that... 3 counters on it, okay. I have another speaker there. Alright, I think we're going to scry the land to the bottom. Okay, don't have to worry about Elspeth. Alright. Now I can just go face almost for that. Never mind, we're going to try and kill that now before that starts making 4/4 angels. And life. The land to the bottom. Cultivate. And I have a Vashaya in the hand. I don't have anything that's landfall triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 mana to play with. I'm trying to remember what I have 4-drop wise. I can get Thassa, but Thassa doesn't really do anything. Solomon's the other 4-drop. 3 drops, get a Lotus Cobra. get Lotus Cobra. What craziness can I do? Alright, let's... Just came up with this. Getting Lotus Cobra sounds like it could be a good idea.
Lots of them.
Get out the Lotus Cobra. We're gonna draw a card. There's landfall. What do we want to get here? Let's go with green. Cast the Beanstalk Giant. Get another green. Be a 4. 5, 6. That Ancient Green Warden. Alright. So there's our fun stuff. And let's see if our opponent has another board wipe. So they might be considering recasting Elspeth. They got 2 cards in hand, so at this point I feel like we can use Inspired Ultimatum to face Fetters, totally fine. So face Fetters doesn't negate the static effect, so I can still play lands from my graveyard and I get double the triggers. So I'm fine with all of that right now. They got a 4/4. Alright. I think what the play is going to be here is we're going to start by playing the Terror of the Peaks. Alright, I'm going to try to do that differently. Alright, so Terror of the Peaks, now we can cast that. Alright. Next. Oh no, I lost my turn.
Seems I need to evolve too.
Okay, sorry, I had some technical difficulties there. So now I'm sorry. So my mind was out of there for a little bit. Sorry about the lag there. But I am ready to go nuts right now with all these landfall triggers. I got gotten kicked off, and then I almost was on tilt for a little bit there. But I'm going to be going nuts. Let's put. Sure, let's go with blue, green, 5. I'll just cast this kick, I guess. Alright. We'll all attack. Let's Let's see, we should be able to finish them off all the landfall. All attack. Alright, we got there. Alright. Whew, got there despite some technical difficulties and losing the turn a little bit, but alright. Hello and welcome. We're playing against Dark Jigo, piloting a Zagreus Thief of Heartbeats deck. I have not played against one of these yet, but I'm going to think that it's an aggressive party deck, black-red. So we're flying Death Touch and Haste, so he'll be pretty aggressive, I'm going to wager. We got 3 lands, we got Azusa, we got Purphoros. Spyclap. Yeah, I'm going to give this a try. We have some enough setup that if we need to go off, I think we can start doing some crazy stuff. Like I said, this deck kind of just wants to do some craziness to try to win the game that way. I forgot to say hello. I'm going to say hello. Alrighty. Anything else? We drew our 4th land. So let's play the... What do we need? We don't... Alright, let's play the white. We don't know what we need yet. So we only get to choose. I'm going to hold off because we got most of the colors already. Blue there. Alright. I think they're not doing much. I do have to worry about... I think I do have to worry about discard here. Let's go with... green. And get what we need with Fabled Passage. She's weak. Azusa dies pretty easily. So I think I'm better off just starting out with the artifact. Especially since if they tap out for 3 next turn, we can play Omnath, get 2 activations. Yep, alright. Yeah, alrighty, we're going to do that. So we're going to play out Omnath. Draw a card. Boon, okay. Let's play out Fabled Passage, there's 1. Activate this, make sure we get, let's see. Grab a red source here. Actually, let's get blue. We're going to get our second landfall trigger. Let's give us our red. And then let's play out Escape to the Wild. Can we get that other land? Yes, we can. And let's play out the white. Pass the turn. We're gonna cycle Boon of the Wishgiver, I think, next turn. Get more cards in our hand. Cycle now. I'm fine with playing Azusa and Radha on the same turn. Azusa will help us get rid of the rest of the lands. If we draw a land, especially like it's another activation on Omnath, going all the way. I'm sorry. If we play out Azusa, will let us with Omnath get all 3. But ultimately, I would like to get rid of the lands that are in exile from Into the Wild. So that was a good explosive start. Depending if they deal with Omnath, I'll still probably go with Azusa for 3, and then probably Radha. Heart was sacked. Okay. Let me cycle. Not really gonna matter here. Okay. Undo inversion. Moving to command zone. Now, if we draw an Evolving Wild, we don't. Okay. So, playing lands doesn't use the stack. So, we can safely play out Azusa. Play out 1 land. Play out the second land. Activated abilities galore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is more than I can think. This is 3. This works, right? I know it seems kind of early to use it, but it's use it or lose it time. Actually, let me go with the Menace. I feel like he's got a lot of Menace creatures. I know the commander doesn't have Menace, but I can see that him being Menace tribal, something that we might want to deal with. board wipe with the card drop. Both of these seems pretty good in our hand right now. It's not worth playing the extra land drop. Goodbye to Rada, unfortunately. 5. Alright. Zagreus on 6. Eat to Extinction's fine. Oh, alright. We got the win. Hello and welcome. We're playing against I Got Ho Ho Ho's piling a Heliod Sun Crown deck. Heliod's a mono white commander focused on life gain. Gaining life, putting counters on creatures. Sometimes they tend to go wide. The strategy is pretty straightforward, but it can get out of hand with the amount of life gain triggers they have. Looking at this hand, Migration Path, Beanstalk Giant, we can easily ramp out to Terror of the Peaks or Seagate Restoration. I'm going to keep this. Alright, Fabled Passage we want to hold on to. Let's lead off with, I'd say, the green. Say hello to our opponent. Ooh. The Unhinged? Blue Lance? Charmed Stray. And they're playing for 1-drop, 1/1. Okay. I am not confident in our ability to get a third land for turn 4. No, white's a little bit on our weaker side. Oh. Nope. Yep, I misplayed that. I should have played out the Fabled Passage there. So I would have had the 3 on turn to play Beanstalk Giant. So kind of hoping here we'll draw the card. Passion Orator. Alright, that is something that is going to be, when they play their third land, is going to go haywire for them. So we definitely want to get to a board wipe. Excuse me. Alright, the Triome. Yep, that's what I get for not playing the fetch on time. Alright, there's no worries. We'll make it up. Omnath gaining us life with his first ability. That is something that we can use to kind of stay in the game a bit. And when we ramp up to 6, that should allow us to get a double effect with Omnath. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of our resources. So we have the red, we have the white. I'm going to get a blue here. I'm going to get a red, so we have double red for our terror. Cast Migration Path. Blue and green. So we have double green, double blue, double white, double red. Gain a total counter on Call of Priest. Okay. So at this point, we are definitely hoping to draw into one of our board wipes. If we draw a land, we draw an island. Yeah, this is not looking good for us right now. Alrighty. So, it's possible we're going to be dead next turn. I don't have a land drop. Alright, so we're going to try with some unlikely plays here. We're going to go for Omnath. We're going to cycle a land. I don't know why he said oops. We're going to try and cycle. See if we can get a land. Nope. Oh, wait. Yep, I messed that up. Yep, so if I didn't cycle, I could have then used that to get cast him, the Beanstalk Giant for 3, get my second land, play another 4-drop, and that would have given it. So that's on me, and then which would have given me possibly a Solemn. Yep. Alright, that was on me. I didn't interact early enough with my opponent, and I wasn't able to outrace him. So that is something to keep in mind with this deck for the future. If I can't outrace them, I have to mulligan until I have at least some interaction. Hello and welcome. We're playing against Dang Ding Dong, piloting a 5 World Sculptor deck. This is a new one from, I always keep wanting to say Korea, Zendikar Rising. Let's see. Alright, we got Lotus Cobra into Uro. We got some fast mana here. I'm going to keep this. So, we're playing against essentially another landfall deck. They're probably a little more focused since they only have the 2 colors. We kind of try to do what the best thing is we can in each color that we can play. I can see them being more of... I am, with red mana open and shock playable, I am not playing my Lotus Cobra out into a possible shock. His next turn with Lotus Cobra, we're out of Heart of Keld. Okay. Pass. Let's see what we're going to scry into. Fires of Invention? Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, if I was gonna play out Lotus Cobra, let's see, if I were to, did I do that wrong? 1, 2, Cobra, 1, 2. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna play out Uro here. Gain some life real quick, draw another card. And let's put the Triome in play. Pass the turn. So actually, it's a good thing I put the Triumph into play because I can now cast Fires of Invention. So, Beanstalk Giant. So now the question becomes, how's the best to do this? Take the 3 to pass. My turn. I need to get Shia up. Hurt us for 5 against. Let's see. Alright, so let's go with. Alright, we're going to use Fires of Invention. I only get to cast 1 more spell. Omnath will get me up to 4 mana, but I can't cast anything else this turn, so that doesn't do me any good. So I'm going to play out the Evolving Wilds. No, actually I'm not. I'm going to save that. I just have Shia. Who's now a 6/6. If they present offer a trade, I'd rather take the 9 damage. Just because I know with Omnath, Omnath will double both as a landfall drop, so I can play out Omnath as my creature, play out a forest, there's my second landfall trigger, and then have Lotus Cobra, or I don't think I can't cast Uro. Uro I can't cast, it's the only card in my graveyard. Just waiting to see what my opponent's going to do. Which one's this? The green flip? Oh, the Shatter Skull pass. Alright, so we don't have to worry about that at least. Somehow I'm thinking my opponent... Alright, so they didn't have the 6 lands, so they're looking with the Migratory Greathorn. So as a 3/4 first striker with 3. Definitely not going to block here. Gem Razor. Okay, so they're going more all in here. 4/4 first striker. Blowing up my Fires of Invention. Okay, so I can't go off as crazy as I would like. Let's see what we got on top. Storm's Wrath. That's probably worth holding on to right now. As that will probably, if they play out the General next turn, which I think is what they're going to play out the General, go ham that way. Alright, so if we play out Lotus Cobra for 2, play out 1 land, I think we'll go with Omnath. 2 triggers. Play out a Lotus Cobra. Another 2 triggers. Let's add a blue. Let's draw a card. Alrighty. We have our own Violet that we can use. Let's add a red. We're gonna hold on to the Storm's Wrath. Oh, I didn't realize I had tapped a Shia. I wouldn't have tapped. Oh, why did we tap? Oh, that's how I was able to pay for the draw of the card. Oh man, I wasn't planning on tapping a Shia. That was an accident on my part. I didn't pay attention to the game as much. No blocks. We already gained the 4 life, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, it still could have pumped. I realized that after I said that. But I think their play... -4 gets rid of everything. -5. It's a -5 to get rid of everything, not -4. Okay. Don't have double red. Alright. Don't have double red, which means, okay. Three lands gets me all that. Okay. Let's go wide. It's very possible that they -0. It's very possible he -0 to get rid of all my tokens. Which I think is what he's going to do with Ugin. Sure, that resolves. Hopefully we'll draw a Thassa and reset.
All creation can be undone.
I think we're going to use the Maze Mind Tome. I'm going to hold on to the Evolving Wilds until next turn. Beanstalk Giant for 9. Great Henge now probably for 2. My turn. Okay. Oh, we have blue, blue, blue. We don't have the double red. There's the green, though. So let's see what we can... That's our backup play, I'd say. There's 1. Draw a Cultivate. Play out the land. Unfortunately, no more plants. This will get us our red. Give us mana for Omnath. Still can't do that, but this will let us get our 3rd trigger at least, which will take care of Ugin for us. Let's see, red and I'll get double white, right? Yeah, and blue. Put the red into play, so we know that's taken care of. We're gonna have the ultimatum for our opponent next turn. Takes care of all that.
To attend to.
No attacks into the 9/9. Alright, so I'm still waiting for them to play out their general and get out 7 0-1s. Thorn Mammoth. I think you're gonna fight the 5/5? Draws a card. Alright, Omnath goes away. Well, we're still able to do a lot with him, so. I need a keen eye. Okay, I was thinking you should have played that first with the mana reduction, but they just want to kill my board. Oh, no, he's denying doing that. Pass. I'm gonna keep him around a little while longer. Alright, let's scry, see what we can get out of this. I think that's the one we're gonna go for. We got double white, we got all that. Can I cast this as is? I think this is it. Let's attack, see, you know, we have untapped mana. Kind of bluff him a little bit. Alright. Grab out the indestructible thing. Can't really... Everybody's fine with that. Let's just destroy everything. And Ilysian turns off. Set up my island. Alright, so now we can cast Uro. Kind of hoping for a Miracle Whip off Genesis Ultimatum. Alrighty, here come all the tokens. I hope it doesn't give him anything haste. Alright, so one other token will survive. Okay. Unless he plays more ramp spells. So, if I draw the engine, I can cast the engine and probably wipe everything. Cast 7. I think at this point, nope. I think casting the Storm's Wrath here is the right play. Let's play out Uro as a blocker. Lands I know I can get back from the graveyard, so let's not lose those. Sure. Let's just play out Rada, why not? With a blocker. And if she can get through... Alright, yeah, let's play the land too. Get another red source. So now, if Rada gets through, that's close to game over. So, depending on how wide my opponent goes, I can use Mythos of Vadrok to kind of block all that, or make it so that they can't block. And I think I should have enough mana for 4, and then use her ability to get +X/+X. So I think it's at this point we have, I think it's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 16 points of damage to the opponent. And so depending on how they attack here, I could also use the Vadrok to... no, there's only creatures can't go to the face. Alright, so change in plans. They're going to attack with the... Oh, they're going to leech. Alright, so they're going to give the 8/9 +3/+3 and trample. Or they're going to give the commander +3/+3 and trample. Alright.
Under our might.
I will not block that. Oh, it's up to 27 now. Alright, so we're tied in that regard. Alright, Boon of the Wishgiver. This gives me... I have red. I have red. Oh, I hope I hit an island. Alright, not the best.
You don't respect gonna have a problem.
Alrighty. Well, actually, no, I hit the island there. The sea gate. We'll pay the 3 life. Didn't get the super crazy start that I was hoping for. So it can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. So I think... target you. Can't target you. You. Submit the 4. Submit it like that. So... alright, let's see what they get off the top. Oh, they got him. Alright, cool. Well,
Boy like me.
I'm still gonna try and kill... I'm gonna kill Garrick now. Alrighty, that still doesn't do me any good right there. Fire Prophecy.
One day, I'll find you again.
And then, I don't know, let's go with the Vigilance.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
We're running low on lands in the deck, I think. How am I doing on lands? I got 9. Alright. Not looking that great. Alright, that resolves. Got 9 out of 14 chance of drawing a land. He's got 4. This deals 3 damage. Pass. Ready to protect the Planeswalker here. Oh, I thought these didn't untap. Oh well. Alright, he's got a land. Trying to dig in for a creature here. Omen of the Hunt. That's one less card to worry about in their hand. Another land. Do we have... oh, we have Shatter the Sky on top. Perfect. That's actually really good right now. I was just thinking we need something like that. Oh! Okay! I guess... alright. Well, it's maybe not how I originally thought, but yeah, it's kind of how it's supposed to be going. Just play out a lot of stuff, stay resilient, and win that way. And that is the video for today. If you like today's video, please click the thumbs up icon down below. If you want to get notified of when I release a new video, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Please leave a comment down below on how I could have played better, what cards you might suggest I should put in for my Omnath deck. I'm already thinking that I might want to add a 25th land in the land slot, and or also throw in some enchant removal. This way I can deal with some of those Fires of Inventions that we've been fighting against, or especially compared to how I lost the last one with Fires of Invention with Kenrith. I'm also just starting out with the channel, so any suggestions on how I can improve my production, make me sound better, look better, how to perform better content for you guys, make better content for you guys, I would greatly appreciate any feedback. As always, thanks for visiting the Batcave, and have a great day.